This broadcast is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars in Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, Davis Ford, First American National Bank, TM Realtor Agent Ricky Murphy, Max Home, the ICC Baptist Student Union, Cagle Eye Center, Bank Okolona, Sam's Town Market in Mantachie, State Farm Insurance Agent Brandon Poland, the ICC Wesley Foundation, the ICC Foundation and Alumni Association, and donations to the Sports Information Indian Club from viewers like you.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, inside the ICC Alumni and Foundation broadcast booth here at beautiful Roy Crescent Field. We're here for Game 2 of ICC against the Mississippi Delta Trojans. Real quickly, Davis Ford pregame show, of course, brought to you by Davis Ford here in Fulton, and directly behind us here in the ICC Alumni Foundation broadcast booth is Lee Adams, joined by Dr. Brad Boggs here for Game 2. And real quick, I'll give you a quick rundown of the Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works starting lineup for the Indians. Playing second base and leading off will be Drew Capobianco. Then second will be the shortstop, Matthew Martinolich. And then Will Verdong will be DHing and hitting in the 3-hole. Jackson Lee will be playing left field and hitting cleanup for the Indians. Jackson Settlemyers will be in right field, followed by first baseman Bo Rock. Behind the plate is Gray Bain, and third base will be Dre McCray, and rounding out the hitting order in the 9-hole is Ty Robertson in center field. Ben Davis will be on the mound for the Indians here in Game 2. The Indians, of course, won Game 1, a wild Game 1, 20-16. And Brad, real quick, give me your thoughts on Game 1.
Do you really want them?
All right, moving on.
No, it was. It really was. It was some of it sloppy, and there was a lot of errors that were made on both sides of the ball. But there again, too, there was a lot of hits, and so a lot of pitching. It was just one of those long games. If you like offense, you definitely liked Game 1. So, this could be another one like that. So come out and see Game 2. It is a 7-inning affair, and there is no run rule.
That's correct. No run rule. We're playing 7 no matter what and no matter how long it takes. So we're moments away here from the First American National Bank opening pitch with Ben Davis, like I said, on the mound for the Indians. We will get some stats on him as the first at-bat gets underway here. And Warrock is leading off here for the Trojans.
I was informed that our 20 runs, as that first pitch is swung on and hit to Martinolich to short, and he throws him out at first, gets a quick out there for Warnock out at first. But our 20 runs tied the third most runs scored in a game since 2013, which was
against Southwest Tennessee, I do believe.
Right, Southwest Tennessee. So a lot of runs scored, like I say, that first game. So enjoyable game if you like a lot of offense. Is that first pitch swinging there again on Ben Davis? This is Burnett, and strike one, he fouled that off.
That's right. Now Burnett, we'll take a look and see what he did in that first game. If I can find it now.
I can look back here in a second.
Here we go. He did have 2 hits in the game. He struck out twice and reached on an error.
Ben Davis, as we mentioned, is that he did go around on that. That's going to be your first Renaissance Bank K of the day.
Number 5, Dre Moore.
Like I said, that was a Renaissance Bank strikeout, and now Moore will step in here for the Trojans as we're trying to get everything a little situated up here.
Ben Davis out of Boonville. He's a freshman. That's ball 1 right there. 9 appearances on the year. He does have 4 wins, 1 loss, 37 and third innings pitched, giving up 40 hits, as that is ball 2. 28 runs, 14 base on balls, 27 Ks, and a 4.82 ERA.
And the 2-0 pitch is on the way here. It's hit out towards third, kind of rolls up on Dre there, and Moore will reach safely on the error there. And that will bring up cleanup hitter Dindy, who's playing right field for the Trojans. That's Dylan Dindy. In game 1, he had 1 hit, drew a walk, and had a strikeout and was hit by a pitch and hit into a double play. So he's looking to have a little better performance here in game 2 than game 1 with a runner on first base and 2 outs in the contest. In the first here, there is a pitch across for strike number 1 for Davis.
Yeah, good pitch right there. Good by Ben to lead off with strikes, and we don't need to get into the situation where we did the first game where both teams with walks, as that pitch is hit, and it's going to get up the middle for a base hit, and that's going to hold the runners at second. So Burnett, even though he has, Moore,
Dindy on the hit there.
Yeah, Dindy on the hit, but Moore was the one at second. He did make the turn, but he did hold up there at second. So Dindy got the clean single.
Now Piggott will step in here. He's playing third base for the Trojans. Trying to find what he did last game there. And my notes are chicken scratch, ladies and gentlemen, so I apologize. I'm struggling to read my own writing here. There's the first pitch. It is outside, across for strike 1.
Now, Dre Moore, I know, who was the previous batter, had a heck of a first game. I had him with 8 RBIs at one point because he hit that grand slam home run.
Oh, okay. He was okay. I looked at the wrong one. You are right. I was reading off Piggott stats there a minute ago. I do apologize there as the count goes to 1-1.
And this is Piggott. No. Yes.
Yeah, G.W. Piggott.
Just trying to see what I had on him here.
Ball is fouled out of play.
He did have Piggott had a home run in the last game, and it was a solo shot. That was in the 9th inning. He did have a double, and he did K a couple of times and also grounded out to second. So, and he walked.
Okay. 1-2 pitch now on the way from Davis. Outside, take the count to 2-2. Like I said, we are here in the top of the first of game 2, as we did have a 3.5-hour game 1. So you are not behind if you're just now tuning in the stream. We are in the top of the first. 2-2 pitch with 2 outs on the way now from Davis. It's hit and fouled back. Count remains at 2-2.
Yeah, people don't need to go check their Wi-Fi. It's working appropriately, Lee. I mean, it was a long game 1, and like I told Raphael in the first game, it was not a football game. It was a baseball game.
Correct. Now, Coach Collier did going into that in that bottom of the 8th, he did tell the guys he needed a field goal, so maybe we were playing by football rules. 2-2 pitch is hit out towards McGray, goes off the end of his glove and into left field. Hancock comes in, gets the ball in, keeps the runners at first and second, but the run does score to give the Trojans the early 1-0 lead.
Yeah, that one was smoked right there off the bat of Piggott there, and single, RBI single right there. McCray did all he could to come up with that line shot there and just wasn't able to get up with it. I think he might have gotten the end of the glove on it, but not enough. Again, that's a clean single.
Absolutely not much Dre could do on that one. He did the best he could to get to that. That ball's hit out hard and to right field, but Settlemeyers will come in and make the catch to leave 2 runners on and limit the damage to only 1 run. Indians trail 1-0 as we move to the bottom of the first here in Fulton, and we'll be back with more on the ICC Sports Network.
Ever since we opened our doors in 1964, Davis Ford in Fulton has been committed to providing the highest level of customer service and customer satisfaction. That level of commitment is shown in our 18 Ford President's Awards for overall customer experience. Whether you're looking for a tune-up, a trade-in, or a new F-150, the team at Davis Ford is here to serve you. Come see us today in Fulton. Call us at 662-862-3711 or visit us online at davisfordsales.com. Davis Ford, small-town dealership, small-town prices.
Want to make a good living? Come learn a skill at Max Home. Upholstery trainees start at $15.50 an hour. Our upholsterers average $23 an hour and can make above $28 an hour on production. We're also offering a $500 sign-on bonus to experienced upholsterers. Max Home is hiring for all positions and is willing to train quality people. Max Home makes all their custom-built products in the USA. Join the best, train with the best, be the best. Max Home, Bolton, Mississippi, and Max Home, Sulligent, Alabama.
And welcome back to Fulton as we are moving to the bottom of the first with the Trojans holding a 1-0 lead over the Indians. Now leading off for the Indians will be Drew Capobianco. Kind of had tough luck there in the first game. Hit the ball pretty well, but just wasn't able to find a hole there to get a hit. So Drew will be looking to get back in the swing of things here in game 2 and try to get something going for the Indians. Now pitching for the Trojans is going to be Anderson. I believe that is Tate Anderson there, Brad. And do we have any numbers on Mr. Anderson there?
Tate Anderson is a freshman pitcher. Looks like he's out of Batesville. Played his high school ball at South Panola. And as far as any numbers I have on him, again, he's a right-handed pitcher, 8 appearances on the year. Does have 2 wins, 2 losses on the year, 35 innings pitched, giving up 52 hits on 36 runs, 14 base on balls, 23 Ks, a 7.20 ERA.
All right, now Capobianco steps in here for the Indians. Anderson looks in for the sign. First pitch, be outside for ball 1.
I know the Lady Indians had a big sweep down there. We talked about that in the first game when they traveled to Moorhead and had a big win in that second game.
Absolutely, I believe it was 18-3. That was
18-3.
a big game 2 win there for the 20th ranked Indians. And they will be on the road Friday at Hines with first pitch for game 1 at 5 o'clock down there in Raymond. Ball hit out towards the left side. And it looks like it's going to fall foul, and it does for strike 1.
That's going to be weather permitting, too. I know they're giving a lot of rain on Friday right now, what I've seen. And, of course, I know ICC baseball plays at home here on Saturday and has Hines here Saturday, so we'll kind of see how all that unfolds as the week goes on. I know everybody will be watching the weather, but I know they're giving a bunch of rain for Friday from what I've seen.
Absolutely, and hopefully that rain will stay away as we do have Chop Day on campus Saturday as well. 2-1 pitch is across for strike 2 to Capobianco. And with Chop Day, for those who may not know, that is going to be a spring football game, food trucks, inflatables, and as well as a baseball doubleheader. So make plans to attend next Saturday as we will have a busy and exciting day in Fulton. 2-2 pitch now. Capobianco is hit right back and off the pitcher's glove, looks like, and he will reach first base.
Yeah, he kind of fisted that one out there, was able to kind of get it off the bat and get it up the middle and hit it back toward the pitcher. Pitcher wasn't able to make a play on it, and Capobianco was able to beat it out. So great job there on his end to use that speed that he's got, and he was batting from the left side of the plate, so he had a little extra step or two already coming out of the left-handed side of the box there. So great job, good to lead off the inning with a single by Capobianco. It's going to bring up Martin Knowledge.
Absolutely, and Martin Knowledge, the sophomore from Ellisville, was hit 3 times in the first game, so his on-base percentage is going to continue to climb. That ball is fouled back for strike 1. He also had a double in the first inning and a single as well, so Martin Knowledge was on the bases for the Indians.
I had him reaching every time. He reached on the error.
Oh, that's right, he did. I see that, yep. So if you get on base, you're going to be in the lineup.
That's
That's
exactly
for sure.
right.
Pick-off move over to first. Capobianco easily back in time.
Yeah, Martin Knowledge has been swinging a good bat as of late, and all season, but it's really as of late. He's come on hot here, and then just finding ways to get on base and still playing a great defensive shortstop for us.
Absolutely a hearty cut there for strike 2 from Martin Knowledge. Martin Knowledge, I believe, came into the day 5th in the conference in batting average. I think he's sitting right around that 420, 425 mark this season, which is impressive with 7 games left in the regular season. 0-2 pitch.
Oh.
Swing and a miss for strike 3.
Yeah, got him chasing that outside pitch out there, well out of the strike zone. Kind of had him guessing a little bit on that one, and so
Number 16,
for the first time today, Martin Knowledge is going to take the walk back from the from the home plate here to the dugout instead of being on base. So that's the first time.
That's right, and stepping in now is the DH, Will Verdung. Verdung DHing today instead of playing his normal third base position, but did see action at first base there in the last inning of game one as a wild pitch gets to the backstop and Capobianco easily reaches second base to put a runner in scoring position. So Verdun here with a big opportunity to tie things up with one swing of the bat.
Yeah, definitely. Anything dropping out there in the outfield, Drew's got the speed to get home easily, more than likely, unless it's just something real shallow. But more than likely, I'd see him sending him home. So anything out there, we'll be watching to see if Drew can make it home.
Absolutely 1-0 pitch now. On the way to Verdun, who hits it high and deep to left field, but it's just going to be a loud strike as it falls foul, but does go deep into the pine trees there.
Yeah, that's one of those that Drew could have tried at home had that one remained fair, but he did get all of that one. That pitch was up in the zone, and so just a long strike right there, though, Lee.
Absolutely. Now, Verdun did have two of his hits in that last game were bloop singles to the opposite field, so that could also help bring in Capobianco here as the 1-1 pitch is on the way. Outside for ball two.
Yeah, it's outside. Not a bad pitch there, though. Not a bad location there by Anderson to place that pitch right there. Again, just couldn't get Verdun to chase after it. So Verdun again ahead in the count here, 2-1.
Anderson looks in to get the sign from his catcher. Finally gets what he's looking for. Comes set. Checks a runner. Not checks a runner. Throws one. And Verdun is going to hit a dribbler out to short. First baseman's able to get back in time to record the second out of the inning, but Capobianco does move up to third here, and Indians still with a chance to get a run across this inning.
Yeah, at the very least what he did was he moved the runner over, hit the ball to the right side of the infield like that. Definitely it's going to be Capobianco taking off on the hit like that, so because the ball was on the ground. So it does advance him, and that gives Jackson Lee an opportunity to drive him in.
Absolutely. Now, Jackson Lee, I don't remember off the top of my head, but I know he had at least one infield single during a sacrifice bunt attempt where he just flat out beat the throw, and then the throw actually went wild and allowed a run to score. So
he had two he laid down actually last game, and 2 base on balls, as that's ball one right there in the dirt. And then his first at bat, he did have a double, which was a 1 RBI. He drove in 1 run on that double right there.
And the Indians, of course, would love to see another one of those right now, or just a base hit to tie this thing back up at 1.
Yeah, deuces were kind of wild last game for both teams. There were a lot of doubles hit last game. Couldn't get him to chase it. Ball gets to the backstop. That's going to score Drew easily.
And that's one way to get your tie and run across.
Yeah.
Take it however you want there as that pass ball.
Yeah, I'm going to say that's a pass ball right there.
So the game is now tied as Capobianco scored on the pass ball. There's a 2-1 count here to Jackson Lee.
That'll be an E2.
Ball hit out towards 6 hole. Nice backhanded stab there by the shortstop. Throws it across the diamond. Good scoop by the first baseman there to record the third out. And that's just an excellent play there by the Trojans. So, but either way, Indians do push across a run to tie the game at 1-1 as we head to the top of the second here in Fulton. We'll be back with more here on the ICC Sports Network.
Age-related macular degeneration is the leading cause of severe vision loss in adults over the age of 50. Symptoms are gradual loss to see objects clearly. Objects appear distorted in shape. Darker empty areas appear in the center of your vision. In a comprehensive eye exam, your optometrist will perform a variety of tests to determine if you have macular degeneration. For questions or concerns, call Cagle Eye Center in Fulton at 862-EYES, providing professional comprehensive eye care to the people of Itawamba County and the surrounding areas. Cagle Eye Center.com.
The slices and the sticks.
All I ever wanted for dinner was pizza, Marcy. And all I ever asked of you was steaks.
Don't choose. Get Little Caesar slices and sticks. Half pizza, half Italian cheese sticks. And Dane's awake.
Dane.
I smell bacon.
End the dinner drama with hot and ready slices and sticks. Or order online for new jalapeno or bacon sticks.
Pizza.
Yeah, there were
Welcome back to inside the ICC Alumni and Foundation broadcast booth. As we move to the second inning here with Duhey, shortstop from Delta, leading off here in the top of the second. 7, 8, and 9 hole hitters up as the first pitch is across from Davis for a strike. Trying to figure out some scoring here in the press box as that second pitch is in there for a ball. So it is 1-1 count here for Duhey. 1-1 pitch on the way now. Swinging strike there. Davis looks in now. 1-2 pitch on the way. Hit out towards the right center field gap, and it's going to get down 4 extra bases here for Duhey. He checks up there at second. He will be in with a lead-off double for the Trojans. Now, Tomas Leon will be up now. Kay's catching and hitting in the 8 hole for the Trojans, who are quickly threatening here in the top of the second with a leadoff double. Ben Davis looks in. Pitch is going to be in there for a ball. So 1-0 pitch now. We have the 1-0 pitch here from Davis. Checks the runner. Throws it in. There's a big swing for strike 1. Davis checks the runner once again. Martinovich gets back in his position. Ball fouled straight back. Take the count to 1-2. So we're here in the top of the second with a runner on. 1-2 count. Ball hit over to McCray. McCray fields it cleanly, throws it across the diamond for out number 1.
That was Leon, correct?
Correct. So now 1 out and run. The good thing is that hit ball was hit to the left side of the field, preventing the runner from advancing. So now 1 out with a runner at second now, and Bolden will step in. He is playing second for the Trojans in this game.
Yeah, Bolden, he did have a double, like a read mine, 2 RBI double in the first game. So he was able to drive into that first game. Bolden was, as you mentioned, that was fouled off right there for an 0-1 count.
Davis trying to work a little quicker here, even with the runner on. Throw, that ball is going to be outside for ball 1. Not a bad pitch right there, though, from Davis.
No, not a bad location. I mean, you know, if you swing at it and you hit it, not going to be much going to be done with that type of pitch. And you might get him to chase it and wave through it.
1-1 pitch on the way, swung on down the first baseline, was going to be foul. It goes not far, but just foul of the bag there. Thought we were going to have a repeat of game 1 where we had a ball actually hit the bag, which is not something you see very often, but we saw it Saturday at softball as well. So
sure did.
Must be a week for that happening.
Those odd occurrences.
So the count now is 1-2 with 1 out and a runner at second here for the Trojans. And Bolden at the plate.
Ooh, got it.
Bolden watches strike 3, and that is a Renaissance Bank strikeout for Ben Davis. And that's out. Number 2 there, big strikeout from Davis as the Trojan lineup flips back around to the top of the lineup.
Yeah, I got Warnock up to bat here, and he grounded out to short his first time at bat tonight in the second game. And he just strike 1 right there.
This is a good way for Davis to get ahead in the count with the Trojans' leading hitter at the plate, who swings and hits one just a dribbler out front of the base.
Yeah.
Davis fields it, slips a little bit, so he just held on to the ball to prevent from throwing it away, which is a smart play there by Davis because it keeps the runners at the corners here.
Yeah, so that's a hit there for Warnock, and good job on his end, but a good job again, like you said, on Davis's end to eat that and just not make the throw and chance making an error out there and chunking one down in the right field and scoring a run. So that keeps the score at 1-1. You do have a first and third situation here, though. So I know in the first game, Delta did run some type of little first and third type of offense when we had a little pick move and they scored off of it.
Absolutely, and that first pitch is in there for strike one. And you mentioned throwing the ball into right field. We saw that in the first game. So very smart play, learned from mistakes in the first game here in game two. So 0-1 pitch now to Burnett from Davis.
Runner
goes, and it goes into center field, and that's going to allow a run to score to give Delta a 2-1 advantage and the runner to move up to second there on the wild throw on the steal attempt. Now the count is, that was a ball, so that will be a 1-1 count now.
That's, again, they ran that first and third offense. They didn't run that one in the first game, but I've noticed Delta did that, and they did it again here. And the guy at third, as that pitch goes and he swings through it for strike two, if you notice, Lee, it wasn't, he didn't take off on the errant throw. He took off when the throw was made. When Bain popped up and threw to second, third baseman was already taken off. So the Indians apparently just didn't have the right first and third defensive call called in where you cut that ball off and throw home.
And there's that one is fouled off, and the count will remain at 1-2. And that's a tough way to give up a run, of course, but tip of the hat there to the Trojans, because even with the throw, if Martin Olich comes down with the throw, I'm not sure they get it back home. So that's going to be a run either way for the Trojans, unless that out, of course, was recorded at second first. But that was just a good heads-up play there by the Trojans, and that is outside to bring the count even at 2-2 here with two outs and a runner at second in the top of the second.
It is. It's when on first and third defense, you got your short and your second baseman that are coming in, and whoever the one is that's got the call to be that cutoff man in there, that's where they need to hopefully cut that ball off as he swings through that for strike three, and that's another Renaissance Bank strikeout. But cut that off and hopefully throw home and prevent the run from scoring.
Absolutely, and that was a big-time Renaissance Bank strikeout to limit the damage for the Indians. But they do trail 2-1 as we move to the bottom of the second here in Fulton. We will be back with more we'll be back with more for Fulton on the ICC Sports Network.
Kirk Herbstreit is a man of many talents. Not only an athlete and a sportscaster, but also an expert cartographer, an amateur alchemist, a surprisingly gifted poet.
What rhymes with encroachment?
But his true talent lies in the art of banking.
With Renaissance Bank's great products, rewards, and easy-to-use online tools, every transaction is a masterpiece.
You might refer to Kirk as a Renaissance man.
But I call myself a Renaissance man.
When I think of ICC, I think about home.
The moment I stepped on campus, I knew it was a perfect fit.
It helped me find my true self.
It has opened doors for me that I didn't even know existed.
Everyone here wants you to succeed.
I was able to get involved here and make a real difference.
I've met my closest friends here.
There's something for everyone to be involved with.
I've gained skills to succeed in the workforce.
It's been the best experience.
And welcome back to Fulton as we move to the bottom of the second with the Indians trailing Mississippi Delta 2-1. Now, Brad, have some alumni checking in with us. Of course, my wife being one of them, but the other one being Z Taylor, all the way from Oxford.
Z.
She, of course, was a former work study of ours. She also played a little volleyball and is just still a big ICC fan as she still considers this home. So happy to have Z watching.
Yeah, she was part of that inaugural volleyball team that we put together here, and always did a great job, and they did. And that one smashed.
The ball is hit high and deep, but not going to have the distance. It sounded good off the bat there, Brad, but it did not quite have the distance to get out here, and it will go down as a fly out to the left fielder.
But always glad to hear from Z. Always good to see her smiling face. She's got that nice personality, and she comes back and visits us quite often and still looks out for us ICC folks.
Absolutely. And any other alumni tuning in, please let us know, or just fans in general. We love to hear from everybody here as Bo Rock steps in, and he fouls one down the left side. And Bo Rock, of course, did have a big-time grand slam there in Game 1 that helped the Indians pick up that 20-16. Yes, 20-16. Second pitch Bo sees is also fouled, and it's going to be deep into the parking lot. So it'll be a 0-2 count quickly here to Rock. And Brad, did it go? Didn't get a car, did it?
I didn't see it get a car, but it had every opportunity to get one. I can say that. But yeah, Bo was our Sam's Market star of the game in the first game due to all the. I think he had 6 RBIs, if I'm not mistaken. I had him with, and I know he had a grand slam home run.
Yeah, Bo's definitely been hitting the ball well in the last few games as he's come on strong here as we are reaching the end of the regular season, and that ball is outside for a ball. That pitch is outside for a ball, and it's 2-2 now to Rock.
Yeah, good eye. Bo is patient at the plate, waits on his pitch here, but Bo's looking for a way to get on base here and spark the bats for the Indians here this inning as he fouls that one off. Still stays alive, 2-2.
That's a good way to stay alive there for Rock, fouling off that tough pitch. It appeared to be breaking down in the zone and away from him. So to get a piece of it, now it's probably not the most pain-free way to stay alive as it went off of his foot, but Bo, being tough, steps in there and is ready for the 2-2 pitch once again. 2-2 pitch on the way now, and that's going to be low and inside to bring the count full at 3-2.
Full count, run this count to full, so you're up in the pitch count of Anderson, seeing a lot of pitches, and like I say, up in his pitch count to where he can go back and communicate Bo can with the players as he drives that one to center field. Center fielder's giving chase to that.
Get over him and off the bottom of the wall, and that's going to be a Davis Ford double there for Bo Rock here in the bottom of the second. So something brewing here for the Indians with one out.
Yeah, Rock had a double in the first game. His first at bat in the first game. So following suit here in this game, first at bat, and he has a double here. So great start to both games for Bo Rock, and hopefully we'll see him finish out just as strong as he did in the first game this second game.
And that, of course, will bring up Gray Bain, who had a 2 RBI double in the first game, and I believe he was also hit by 2 pitches to reach base safely. Pitch is inside for a ball and gets away, kind of runs up the third baseline, so not enough for Rock to be able to advance to third here. But Bain ahead in the count after the first pitch, like I said, was a ball inside. And he kind of hugs that plate a little bit, so that might explain getting hit by the pitch, but get on base however you want to. Or however you can. That's the name of the game here in baseball.
Yeah, he did get hit by pitches first game twice, I know of. Good pitch.
A very good pitch there on that outside part of the plate to even the count at 1-1. Anderson has delivered pitches very well here for the Trojans early on in the contest. But the Indians were able to scratch across that run on a pass ball in the first inning after Capobianco led off the game with a single. A swing and a miss there by Bain, make it a 1-2 count.
Yeah, Bain quickly down here, 1-2. Do have one out. Bo Rock with the double there is at second. We are here in the bottom of the second inning.
We await the 1-2 pitch here from Anderson. It's going to be low and inside to even the count at 2-2 to Gray Bain. Gray is very patient at the plate, we have noticed this season. Doesn't get caught swinging at a lot of bad pitches, and that will explain his batting average and on-base percentage this season, as he's been on base several times and has started to come on strong here as the season is winding down. And there's a 2-2 pitch going to be outside, take it to a full count. So once again, Brad, Indians working that count full and getting that pitch count up for Anderson.
Yeah, and that's what you want to do here early in the game, early in the contest, is be able to do that, see a lot of pitches, work that pitch count up, have good quality at bats, and that's what's going to work in favor of your team. And you're either going to draw a walk or even, if you're waiting and you're patient, you see good pitches, you're going to produce a hit here.
That's right, full payoff pitch here. But time's called.
Call a balk?
No, I think that's called a pitch clock violation. It is, so that will be ball 4 to Bain. You got 10 seconds to pitch it, so
yeah.
It's
the first one of these I've seen this year.
I think that's the second, but we had one, I think, called against us in like week 1 of the regular season. But either way, hey, that gives Indians a bigger opportunity here. Runners at first and second for Dre McCray, who homered in the first game as well. We have 1 out. Pitch is across for a ball, or outside for a ball, rather.
As you mentioned, Dre had a good first game. Yeah, he was hitting ball. He had 2 singles and that big home run. I think he had 2 RBIs on the day in that first game. So good first game for Dre.
And Dre, of course, playing third base today for the Indians. And that pitch is going to be low for ball 2.
Yeah, 2-0 count here. Kind of like you said earlier, we're talking about Martin Olich, and if you're swinging the bat and you're getting on base and you're swinging a hot bat, they're going to find a place to put you in the lineup. That's what's happening with Dre McCray right now. He's getting hits and he's swinging a hot bat sometimes.
Absolutely, and a big hit here from McCray would be great for the Indians here. 2-0 pitch from Anderson is on the way. It's going to be right down the middle for strike 1. Not a bad take there on the 2-0 pitch from McCray either. It was a little lower than he probably liked it. But Anderson trying to work his way back into this count, 2-1. Bo Rock out at second. Gray Bain over at first. That pitch is going to be outside, and 3-1 goes the count to McCray.
Yeah, quickly in Dre's favor right here. The hitters count 3-1, so of course, you'll tell him, of course, I'm sure Coach Collier schooled him up enough knowing that as, hey, it's got to be that perfect pitch. It's got to be right there laying in your zone to swing at this pitch.
Absolutely. Anderson taking his time, getting the signal from his catcher. Big hearty cut there by McCray, but unable to make contact as the count goes full yet again. So the Indians definitely working that pitch count here on Anderson in the second. And a big hit, and that pitch count, working that pitch count can result in runs for the Indians. I know that would make for a happy Rick Collier over at third base.
Yeah, most definitely.
And that's going to be ball 4. So working the count, working it for the Indians as they have now loaded the bases. Of course, Rock had a 1-out double to start things off, and then Bain and McCray both with walks, and that will bring up Ty Robertson, who's batting in the 9th hole and playing center field for the Indians. And he did have a home run against East Central the other day, and I believe that might have been his first for the season. If not the first, it was his second, but one here would be outstanding. But, of course, the Indians would be happy with a base hit as well. As Delta's coach walks out there to have a little talk with his pitcher. They're in a tight situation here. So we'll just take a quick 30-second timeout, and we'll be back with more on the – not the day, I was going to say the Davis Ward pregame show, but with the mound visit here, we'll be back with more on the ICC Sports Network.
First American offers online and mobile banking features to make your banking experience easy and safe. Activate or deactivate your debit card as needed, attach images to your transactions, apply travel notices to your account, and make person-to-person payments. You can even set up text alerts to guard against unauthorized spending or just to monitor your account balance. The best part is that you can bank anytime, anywhere. At First American National Bank, get that hometown feel the high-tech touch.
And welcome back inside the ICC Alumni and Foundation broadcast booth at Roy Crescent Field. Enjoying the soothing sounds of Def Leppard here at the ballpark. As the mound visit finally comes to conclusion, and umpire and the coach walking back to the dugout, or walking back to the mound to get plate together to a portion of the field that apparently I can't say, Brad. But
well, they're finishing their chat, I guess. I don't really know what about. I don't know if they're still talking about that pitch clock violation or what, but they're having a long discussion here about something, and don't know what. I mean, not that I should know because they're not mic'd up, but
it doesn't appear to be a heated discussion, and
just don't really know. I mean, it was a mound visit, so I don't really know what spurred the long discussion, but hey. Sometimes they may just be talking about, hey, where are you going to eat after the game? You know, I may go down here. I may go to Sonic. You know, I may go to Little Caesars. So you can't ever tell.
Little Caesars would be the excellent choice, as they are a proud sponsor of ICC Athletics. As Ty swings at the first pitch he sees, it goes out towards third baseman, towards foul territory, and it's going to fall fair, and that's going to allow Rock to score. But there's a cluster over there, and that will actually be a double play. So that run will not count on that double play because they were both force outs, I do believe. I'm fairly certain because the ball fell.
The ball failed.
Yeah, so that was a force out at third and a force out at second, so that will negate Rock's scoring. So that's a tough break there for the Indians. That's a tough break for the Indians, as that's a tough play you can't really run on. But as they seem to sort things out, we will step away for a commercial break, and we'll be back with more on the ICC Sports Network. And welcome back to Fulton. Sorry, Brad. I almost knocked myself out there with the headset. I'm a photographer, ladies and gentlemen. No. Anyway, it's the top of the third here. Indians trailing 2-1 as they just had the bases loaded with one out, and just tough luck situation as a high pop up to third base. Fell fair as the third baseman lost track of it and was not able to make a play on it, but then was able to pick up the ball and get the force out at third and second base to end the inning and negate the run that actually did cross the plate. So Indians are down by one still, and stepping in for the Trojans is Moore. He reached on an error in his first at bat of the game.
Yeah, Mitch Moore had a heck of a first game too, and like I said, I think he had 8 RBIs in that first game because he did have one of the grand slams, but he chopped that one over to second, and that's going to be an E4 right there on Capobianco. Right there, that was just a little chopper, and he was charging that ball, should have scooped it up, unable to make the play, and it just kind of went under his glove. So Moore does reach base there on the error.
Number 19, Dylan Dindy.
Now Dylan Dindy steps in here for the Trojans with one runner on and no outs in the top of the third. Indians looking for a double play ball, and that ball's hit out towards left field, and it's going to fall, or center field, and it's going to fall for a base hit for Dindy. And something brewing here for the Trojans. That's Dindy's second hit and as many at-bats in this game.
Yeah, he singled his first at-bat. You're exactly right, and just lined a single out there into left center out there. And, again, like you say, Mississippi Delta's got something going here, and one out, runners at first and second.
No outs, actually, Brad.
Oh.
Yeah.
No outs.
No outs, yeah. Anyway. Pitch is outside for a ball. 1-0 goes the count here to Paget. I apologize to any Trojan fans watching.
I think it said Paget, I think is the last ruling we got on that. So he squares to bunt, gets it down. It's a hard bunt, but he's still good. The play's going to be at first, and they do get the out, so then you're going to have that sack bunt.
That's right, and of course, all sack bunts brought to you by the ICC Wesley Foundation here in Fulton. And now 1 out with 2 runners in scoring position
Number 24
for the Trojans.
Yes, so runners at second and third. That's going to bring up Lackey and he is in the DH slot, and he flew out to left field. Right field, his first at bat. I'm having trouble reading my writing, Lee. I'm sorry.
Well, it happens to the best of us because it happened to me in the first inning, so we're batting 1,000 on that in this game, Brad. So either way, it's a 0-1 count here with 1 out and 2 runners on. Ball's hit, and it's going to be back and out of play for strike number 2.
Yeah, 0-2 count here. So Davis quickly ahead here on Lackey, which is good. Got some room to wiggle. Got some wiggle room here. If you obviously not looking for anything in the strike zone at this point with an 0-2 pitch.
Ben Davis comes set and throws. Ball's on the outside part of the plate. We're able to get a piece of it to stay alive here, and that's a good swing to stay alive. Is that pitch was moving? Seemed to add a little extra on it. Might have been the hardest one he's thrown. Radar's not hooked up today, so we're just going to assume it was faster.
Yeah, I'm going to say it was, and it was a good pitch and placed very, very well.
Ball high. Count goes to 1-2 here with 1 out. Like I said, 2 runners in scoring position. So Trojans looking to extend their lead here in the top of the third. Ball's hit.
Wow.
It's going to go right into the left center field gap, and that's going to be 1 run will score. McCray cuts it off, fires home, but the second run will score, and that will be a 2 RBI single for Lackey.
Yeah, and I say that, why I said that was such a good piece of hitting, because you had to see it here live. He went down, that ball was low and inside, and he went down as a left-handed batter, got that pitch, drove it out there into left center, which was a great place to put that ball, and drove it out there and was able to drive in 2 runs. Just a great piece of hitting. Did that with 2 strikes on him, too.
Absolutely. Now Ben Davis pitches first pitch is inside for a ball to Dohey. And he had a double last inning, I believe. Yeah, he led off last inning with a double. So that pitch is outside for ball 2. So Davis started last at bat, head 0-2, falls behind 2-0 here to Dohey, as the Trojans are now up by 3, 4-1 here in the top of the third. Pitch fouled back for strike 1.
Yeah, they're doing a good job. They've scored, of course, this is the top of the third. They've scored every inning thus far, got runs on the board. They had 1 in the first, 1 in the second, and now they got 2 here in the third. So Delta has come in. They're confident in their bats today, and they should be. I mean, as many hits as they put up in the first game, they come in their confidence in their bats, and that's a drive that's going out to center. Robertson's going to chase it down and make the out.
It was a good play by Robertson out there in center field to chase that well-hit ball down and record the second out. And you're absolutely right about the Delta coming in. They came in swinging the bat well in the first game, and shoot, Brad, they scored 16 runs. Luckily for the ICC fans, they scored 20. But anytime you score 16 runs, you've got to be confident at the plate.
Most definitely. And like I say, that's what they're coming out today. I mean, this second game, they got 6 hits already.
That first pitch inside for a ball from Davis. The freshman from Boonville's kind of become the Game 2 starter, settled in there for the Indians here in the later part of the season. And that pitch is across for strike 1.
Yeah, got a 1-1 count. And that's kind of what you see in midweek. We've seen consistently Brady Davis got the start in Game 1, and then Ben Davis getting the start in Game 2, and that's what we've kind of seen is that breaking pitch. I don't know where it was. I thought it was a strike, but me and the umpire were not on the same page. So that's a ball, so it's a 2-1 count.
2-1 count, yes, and that was a very good breaking pitch. It must have just missed on the inside half of the plate, and that ball is popped up. Davis will take it himself for the third out. But the damage is done as the Trojans do score 2 runs to take a 4-1 lead. Indians coming up to bat here in the bottom of the third, and we'll be back with more on the ICC Sports Network.
Here, you can be your best. The best train here. Learn here. Succeed here. Perform here. Win here. Thrive here. Itawamba Community College. The best start here.
Hey Indian fans, I'm Ricky Murphy, real estate agent, Tommy Morgan Realtors, and I'm also a proud alumni of the All-American Marching Band. Itawamba Community College was my home for 2 years, and where you decide to make your home will be one of the most important decisions of your life. Whether you're looking to create a plan to buy your first home, or if you're ready today to make a move into your forever home, give me a call or send me a message so we can discuss your next move. And for my family, roll Trav!
And welcome back to Fulton as the game moves to the bottom of the third. Indians trailing 4-1. And Mississippi Delta has brought their bats to Fulton today, Brad, as we mentioned in that top half of the inning. So Indians are going to have to do like the first game and find their bats as well. And I know that Coach Collier's squad is probably not stressing too much as they have trailed several times this season early on, but then found their bats midway through the game to pick up some big wins. Now, Drew Capobianco will lead off things here in the bottom of the third. His first at bat, he led off with a single and later scored on a pass ball. So Capobianco with a big chance here to start things off again for the Indians.
No, the Indians, I mean, that's one thing we've known all season. They can hit with anybody. And so their average where it is Drew fouls that one off down the first base side. Coach McCrory bobbles it, and we'll give him the error. But he does pick it back up. But Indians' bats, I mean, there's never a question on the bat. So that's the reason why they know they can go into any inning. They can be down, and they can possibly at any point in time, as that strike 2 right there, 0-2 count, they can come back in and catch up with anybody or take the lead.
Absolutely. Now, the Indians came into the contest today second in the conference with a team batting average as Capobianco lifts one out to right field. The right fielder is going to be able to settle under it to record the first out.
Yeah, that pitch was just kind of on the inside part of the plate there, and he had to swing at it, wasn't able to get enough of the big part of the bat on it, and did all he could to fight it off and get it out there in the right field, and was just kind of a pop fly for an out out there, but he did all he could with it.
Now, we'll say in game one that wind was blowing out. Not very strong wind, but it was indeed blowing out, and as now his night has fallen, ball doesn't seem to be carrying as well to the outfield. An inside pitch to Martin Knowledge for ball 1.
Yeah, Martin Knowledge had a good game 1, as we mentioned. On base pretty much, I think, every single time he drives this one out to center. It's going to be center fielder's going to camp under it and get the out.
And that will bring up Will Verdung here with 2 outs in the bottom of the third as Anderson and the Trojans trying to make quick work of the Indians here in the bottom of the third. Will Verdung, he grounded out in his first at bat, but as everybody knows, he is not an easy out to get. One of the strongest hitters on the Indians, in the Indians lineup day in and day out, and had a game-winning grand slam at East Central the other day in the top of the ninth. So strong bat can do some damage. Watches that first pitch, and that's going to be a ball to get ahead in the count.
Yeah, good eye right there. Being patient at the plate, if you're Will Verdung. Indians need base runners right now to produce some of these runs and get caught back up in this contest as he takes strike 1 right there on the outside part of the plate, 1-1 count.
Verdung, a very patient hitter here for the Indians as well. 1-1 pitch from Anderson. Verdung hits it towards left field, and it gets through for a base hit.
Yeah, Will took that pitch, able to drive it between third and short right there and able to get it through a diving third baseman. And so good clean single right there, and that's going to bring up Jackson Lee.
Jackson Lee, he's 0 for 1 in the game, grounded out to the shortstop, and his first at bat. Did have 3 hits in the first game today. Also drew a walk and struck out twice. Looking for a big 2-out hit is the Indians now with Lee at the plate, and Lee watches the first pitch for ball 1. Anderson looks on, comes set, checks the runner, delivers. Lee hits one out towards right field. Right fielder walks back and makes the catch for the 3rd out. So Verdung singles, but 2 or 3 flyouts ends the inning there for the Indians, who trail 4-1 after 3 complete here in Fulton. So we will be back with more on the ICC Sports.
At the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, we have been working continually through the crisis to meet the needs of our community. Our walk-in clinic is a service that we provide to our patients that want to avoid the wait and exposure of the emergency room. At the walk-in clinic, you can do just that. Walk in with no prior appointment or phone call. We provide specialized treatment for physical injuries like broken bones, sprained wrists and ankles, joint and tendon pain, and sports-related injuries. You can get in, out, and on the road to recovery quicker. The walk-in clinic is equipped on-site with x-ray imaging, casting technicians, durable medical equipment, and injection specialists. Our team is supported by the orthopedic surgeons of the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi. Our staff is specially trained in orthopedic-related injuries. We ensure that you will receive the best care for your orthopedic needs. Remember, at the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our story is you.
And welcome back to Fulton, as Lee Adams and Brad Boggs are here in the ICC Alumni and Foundation broadcast booth. Indians trailing Mississippi Delta 4-1 here in Game 2. Indians did pick up a 20-16 win there in Game 1. This one moving a little quicker here in Game 2.
Wouldn't take much for it to move a little quicker.
Very, very true. So pitter patter, let's get at her. Top of the 4th is on the way. Davis's first pitch outside for a ball.
When you have that many hits, folks, though, and that many runs in a game, it's gonna be a long game. I mean it is, because obviously pitching is not part of it as he swings through that pitch for strike 1. So as umpire and catcher can't find the ball, but they finally do. When you have that type of game, when you have that football score of a baseball game, it's going to be a longer game.
Absolutely. 1-1 pitch now. A ball. It kicks us 2-1. And, Brad, that reminds me of the old days of the comp bats when a 20-16 ball game was normal and that ball's fouled into the night for strike number 2.
Yeah, and probably made it to the soccer field. I don't know. Made the ditch, but he had a lot of pop on that one.
2-2 pitch now on the way from Davis. Fouled off the end of the bat to stay alive. Now, Bolden is batting here for the Trojans. He's the 9-hole hitter and playing second base.
Yeah, and Bolden was a victim of a strikeout his first at bat, as you probably mentioned.
2-2 pitch now. Outside, full count goes full. Davis, of course, looking for another Renaissance Bank strikeout here on Bolden.
You know, you mentioned all the activities. You mentioned the Chop Day this weekend, Lee, and all that. It's a big week. It's Indian Week on campus for ICC as he swings through that and gets the Renaissance Bank strikeout.
That is a big Renaissance Bank strikeout there for Davis, and that is his 4th in the contest.
But, yeah, Indian Week activities are going on. You know, today was a big day. Had a carnival on campus here on the Fulton campus. I think most of the students enjoyed it. Yesterday we had, as that's strike 1 right there, we had a petting zoo on campus, which did include some goats and things of that nature. And I think as he swings through that for strike 2, all the students enjoyed that. Tonight we got a silent disco. So a lot of activities going on this week.
A lot of activities. Indian Week always a great time here on campus for the students as that ball's fouled off as the count remains 0-2. And it hit the light, but I don't think it busted it. So that's the second one today to hit a light and not bust it. And as far as budget is concerned, everybody at ICC is happy about that. So 0-2 pitch now. inside for ball one. And now, Brad, I went out to Indian Week today for the cookout, and they had cotton candy, they had an inflatable, and they had a mechanical bull.
They did.
And did not see a single person last 8 seconds.
That one's muscled out there to third, and kind of on the inside part of the bat, Dre McCray makes the play out there for the second out of the inning.
So 2 quick outs for the Trojans here as Burnett steps in, center fielder. He has struck out twice in this contest. So, so far, Ben Davis has his number, and see if he can add another Renaissance Bank strikeout as he starts off with a strike for an 0-1 count.
And we mentioned Chop Day on Saturday, that's ball one right there. We do Indian Week activities go through basically Thursday of this week, and then we do have a full day of freshman orientation on Friday this week.
Yes, sir.
And that's ball high outside right there for 2-1. So, again, just a huge week because this is a week leading into next week, which you want to, some may call it dead week or whatever because it's a week before exams, as that one's fouled back for strike 2. And then you go into the next week, Lee, and hey, we're in the exam week.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, we do have, of course, a lot of athletics still to play as baseball will be on the road next week and softball will be at home, and that's ball 3 to work the count full. Next week, of course, softball will host Northwest on Tuesday, I believe. And then on Friday, there's a strikeout for strike 3, and that will end the frame. So the Indians make quick work of the Trojans here as a 3-up, 3-down frame with a pair of Renaissance Bank strikeouts. And for the first time, the Trojans are held scoreless here in game number 2. And we will be back with more here on the ICC Sports Network.
The slices and the sticks.
All I ever wanted for dinner was pizza, Marcy. And all I ever asked of you was sticks.
Don't choose. Get Little Caesar slices and sticks. Half pizza, half Italian cheese sticks. And Dane's awake.
I smell bacon.
End the dinner drama with hot and ready slices and sticks. Or order online for new jalapeno or bacon sticks.
Pizza.
Playing on tour takes years of dedication, hours of practice, focused precision, and nerves of steel. That's how you become great at the game, but not how you should bank. That's why Allie Ewing chose Renaissance Bank. Their easy-to-use app makes banking a breeze, no matter where she is. Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
And welcome back inside the ICC Alumni and Foundation broadcast booth here at Roy Crescent Field as Jackson Settlemyers digs in here. Interesting walkout song choice. I think that's what Brad listens to on the ride home after these long nights.
It generally is. Say my name, Dusty Child.
First pitch, Settlemyers swung on. Out towards third base. Coach Collier does not make the error, fields it cleanly, and throws it to the dugout. It is 0-1 count now to Jackson Settlemyers. Settlemyers, I believe, had a home run as well in that first game.
He did.
So, and he's been hitting the ball well here for the Indians. That pitch is inside for ball 1. 1-1 count now.
Yeah, his bat's come on as of late, too, as well. I say late, here over the last few games. And been swinging a good hot bat, and I know that's what Coach Collier's proud to see. As you work on down the lineup, as he still is, that's going to be a fair ball. No, he's calling
a fair ball. Now, that was a very close one, and Coach Collier disagrees with it as it appeared to bounce right over the bag, but umpire did make the call quickly right as it went over near the bag, called foul ball. So it is a 1-2 count now to Settlemyers.
Yeah, I thought, of course, again, my angle is not – I can't say anything. My angle is not very good up here where I'm looking, but where I was at, I thought fair ball. But
as did I, bro.
I don't have his view down there.
Anyway, 1-2 pitch now on the way to Settlemyers. Breaking pitch inside, but a ball. Count goes even at 2-2.
Yeah, good at bat right here, Settlemyers. I'd like to see if he can get another swing at another one of those pitches that he just took down the third base line here and place that one fair.
2-2 pitch, swing and a miss for out number 1. So a little bit of bad luck there for Settlemyers, as looked like he had a hit there, but regardless, 1 out now with Bo Rock stepping up to the plate. Now, Bo Rock had a double in his first at bat, and of course, like I said earlier, had a good game 1 with a double and a grand slam. So Bo Rock looking for the first pitch here with 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. Big swing for strike 1. So Bo Rock trying to add to his home run total there on that first pitch. Anderson looking on. Gets the pitch he wants, delivers. Going to be in there for strike 2. Low strike call there. So Bo Rock quickly behind 0-2. Let's see if he can work back in the count.
Yeah, that pitch looked a little low on my end. But there again, hey, what do I know? I'm up here.
That one's fouled back right up here as Bo's battling and is behind 0-2 in the count. But Bo's a fighter. He's not going to go down easy up there at the plate.
No, most definitely not. So got an 0-2 count, as you mentioned.
High makes it 1-2.
A little bit high right there. Bottom of the 4th here. Delta's up 4-1 here in the bottom of the 4th. Got 1 out, 1 ball, 2 strikes on Bo Rock.
Bo takes that pitch to make the count even at 2-2. So once again, Bo battling up there. Fell behind 0-2 quickly, but now has worked back even to 2-2 count. So big pitch here coming from Anderson as he's trying to sit down Rock for the first time in the game. Guessing that hit the knob of the bat, and it was.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
He raised his hand, so I'm assuming that was a foul ball, so it'll stay a 2-2 count.
Yeah, I mean, he did, and Bo knew it. I mean, Bo didn't. I mean, there wasn't any arguing or even acting like it hit him or anything, so yes.
2-2 pitch now on the way from Anderson. Bo gets another piece of it, fouls it back into the catcher. Luckily hit the padding.
Let's go, Bo!
As the Bo Rock fan club making their presence known. 2-2 count here. Bo fouls off another one. Great at-bat here from Bo Rock to stay alive and force Anderson to throw even more pitches.
Yeah, he's doing a good job up there battling at the plate. It's what you call a quality at-bat right here. Still a 2-2 count here, and he's, again, like you say, he's just forcing Anderson to throw more and more pitches.
2-2 delivery. Bo hits a high fly ball out to right field. Right fielder's chasing back. He's at the wall, and makes the catch at the wall.
Just got under it, Lee.
He just got under it. Good at-bat there by Rock. Just missed his second home run of the day. But that was still a good quality at-bat. Worked that count, made Anderson throw more pitches than he wanted to, and now Gray Bain will step in with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Bain, of course, was a transfer for Mississippi State and has committed to Southern Miss now. So him and Will Verdung will be headed to Hattiesburg together. It was a good pitch, but it was a ball. So Bain now ahead. 1-0 early in the count. Anderson delivers. Ball 2. Poor Delta catcher taking a little bit of a beating back there in this inning. But had somebody ask me during the first game, what's the toughest position to play on a baseball field? And that's a loaded question because everybody who plays a position says that's the toughest one. But catcher, in my opinion, especially in JUCO, has got to be the toughest as that ball catches the outside corner for strike number 1. But catching a 9 and a 7 inning doubleheader while being a catcher and performing all the catching duties is a very tough position. So much respect to all the catchers out there in our league as the count now is 3-1.
Yeah, good eye by Bain there. Didn't chase that breaking pitch low in the zone. So got a 3-1 count here.
It's high 4-4. So Indians get a base runner for the second straight inning with 2 outs.
And I'll bring up Dre McCray, who walked his first time up.
McCray did walk his first time and looking for his first hit in this game. And Anderson's pitch count's got to be getting up there as the Indians have worked the count numerous times in these 4 innings of the game so far. Bain with a short lead over at first. Anderson's first pitch fouled right back into the backstop for strike number 1. Indians in desperate need of a 2-out rally and did so in game 1. I believe they scored 5 or 6.
5 or 6.
With 2 outs. That was 4 hours ago, so my memory is a little weaker.
I thought it was yesterday.
And there's ball 1 in the dirt to McCray.
Great job there by the catcher, I will say that. Leon back there behind the plate for the Trojans. That ball was in the dirt, as you mentioned, and he threw his shoulder out there and just kind of kept that ball in front of him, which kept Bain there at first. So great job of blocking that ball up and keeping it in front.
Anderson looks, delivers.
Kind of had him waving there on that one. McCray guessing. I don't think he was ready for that pitch. So he was looking for something different. And so that's 1-2 count now.
Absolutely. Not McCray's best swing here, but gets another chance with 1-2 and 2 outs and Gray Bain over at first base. Anderson wants a different pitch. Shook him off. Now comes set and throws. Breaking pitch. Popped up out towards first base. First baseman, second baseman. First baseman calls him off, and that does record the 3rd out. So nothing doing there for the Indians here in the bottom of the 4th. And we head to the 5th with the Trojans leading 4-1, and we'll be back with more here on the ICC Sports Network.
Ever since we opened our doors in 1964, Davis Ford in Fulton has been committed to providing the highest level of customer service and customer satisfaction. That level of commitment is shown in our 18 Ford President's Awards for overall customer experience. Whether you're looking for a tune-up, a trade-in, or a new F-150, the team at Davis Ford is here to serve you. Come see us today in Fulton. Call us at 662-862-3711 or visit us online at davisfordsales.com. Davis Ford, small-town dealership, small-town prices.
Ooh, fumble. Let's give her a Renaissance replay. Make the right call with Renaissance and get cell phone protection with Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking. Sign up today.
$5 for my own money?
That's a bad call. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Sign up for Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking with ATM refunds today.
Ever since we opened our doors in 1964, Davis Ford...
And welcome back to Fulton. My apologies. I was hitting the switch button, and, yeah, I just switched wrong. Either way, move to the top of the 5th here. Mississippi Delta leading the Indians 4-1. And coming up now for the Trojans will be the 9-1-2. Or no, I'm sorry. 3, 4, and 5. I looked at the wrong one up there, yeah. So Moore now steps up. He's reached on an error twice in this contest. The Indians hoping to get him out here error-free here to start the 5th. Davis remains on the hill for the Indians. And that first pitch is across for strike number 1.
Yeah, and following Moore, you got Dendy, who's been hot this game. He's got 2 singles, but as we talked earlier in the broadcast, Moore had a heck of a first game and did. There were 2 grand slams hit in game 1, one by Bo Rock, the other by this gentleman at the plate here, Dre Moore. So 1-1 count. 2-1.
Obviously, ball outside to make the count go to 2-1. And Brad, you don't see grand slams that often, and you definitely don't see 2 in one game normally. So just shows you how crazy of a game that was in game 1 as he swings at strike number 2.
Yeah, 2-2 count. Davis fighting back here to get in it.
2-2 pitch is inside to take the count full at 3-2. So Indians looking for a big first out, and Moore trying to reach for the 3rd time this game. And he does as that pitch is outside for ball 4.
Yeah, couldn't get him to chase that pitch out of the zone right there. That, again, bringing up Dendy, as I mentioned, who has 2 singles on the day.
Number 19, Dylan Dendy.
In game 2.
In game 2, yeah, Dylan Dendy. Very dangerous batter at the plate here. Indians looking for a double play as they're in double play depth on the infield. First pitch is swung on. It's out towards left field. Hancock out there chases it down. That will be out number 1 for the Trojans. So quick out there. And that's just what the Indians needed with Dindy at the plate.
Yes, they definitely need to get that out right there. Because he had the 2 singles, and then, of course, that did draw the first out of the inning. And my apologies. I think I just swallowed a dragon. It was a gnat of some sort that just flew in my mouth.
First pitch on the way, swing for strike 1. There's 1 out, and this is Packett. Yeah, I can't read. But anyway, 0-1 count here. Davis looks on as Packett steps back into the box. Runner at first, gets a short lead. Davis checks the runner, delivers outside for ball 1.
Yeah, good job there for Bain to make that snag right there, keep that ball from getting by him, and keep the runner from advancing to second. Dre Moore there at first.
So 1-1 count. Now to Packett. Davis delivers. Swing and a miss for strike number 2.
Yeah, good pitch right there. Had him chasing that pitch right there. So that he's ahead in the count now, 1-2.
Davis checks the runner. Looks on, gets the sign, comes set, throws. Big old straight swing and a miss for strike 3 and the second out of the inning.
Yeah, big Renaissance Bank strikeout right there for Davis and get Packett out. And now you've got Channing Lackey coming up, who did single and had 2 RBIs his last at bat.
And that is 6 Renaissance Bank strikeouts for Davis in game 2.
Takes ball 1 right there.
Davis looks on. Curveball. In for strike 1. So 1-1 goes the count now to Lackey. Davis delivers. Ball is hit out towards left field. Hancock's going to charge in, pull up, and make the out for the 3rd out of the inning. So the leadoff walk doesn't hurt the Indians as they force 3 quick outs to end the top of the 5th. And we will move to the bottom of the 5th with the Indians trailing 4-1. We'll be back with more here on the ICC Sports Network.
Today tastes like a home game, like a huddle. Tastes like we're bringing the heat, and like a front row seat. Today tastes like we're a team, and it never tasted this good.
Tomorrow. Tomorrow is what we anticipate, what we work for, what we want to improve. At Itawamba Community College, we offer the courses, pathways, and the training that can help turn your vision of tomorrow into a reality. So why wait? Your tomorrow can start today at Itawamba Community College. The best start here.
And welcome back to Fulton. We move to the bottom of the 5th. Indians still trailing Mississippi Delta 4-1. And Indians do have 9-1-2 coming up. And that'll be Ty Robertson leading off the inning. Now, Ty's last at bat hit a pop-up out towards third base that was misplayed, and was going to allow a run to score, but base running blunders allowed the Trojans to turn a double play, a very uncharacteristic double play as that first pitch is in there for strike 1 to Robertson.
Yeah, because the run had come in, too. We had a runner at third, and that run had come in, but it didn't count because of the 2 force outs.
Correct. And that second pitch is hit. It's deep out towards center field. Center fielder chases under it, camps under it, and will make the catch for out number 1. Quick out there. for the Indians. Now Drew Capobianco, leadoff hitter, steps in, has a single and flew out to right field in this contest. So hoping to get a one-out rally started here for the Indians. Capobianco's been in that leadoff spot for the Indians all season and has done an incredible job starting things off for the Tribe. That first pitch is a ball.
Yeah, he did single in the first and then came back in the third and flew out to. He flew out. I can't read my own writing here.
To right. He flew out to right field.
Sorry, I can't see the. And that normally this is when somebody would make a Kegel Eye Center joke, but it's dark in here as he smashes that one past the second baseman right there, and that is a good, clean hit right there for Drew. Second single on the day.
Second single of the day, and Dr. Boggs able to see that. Compliments of Kegel Eye Center.
That's right.
Yes, Matthew Martinovich will now step in. He's 0 for 2 in the contest with a strikeout and a fly out to center. But now has Drew Capobianco at first here with one out. Martinovich, of course, entered the day hitting over 400 for the season. First pitch he sees is across for a strike.
Yeah, that single by Drew could get the bats going here. That's the Indians got to start cutting into this lead at some point. You're looking still at 4-1 here. Delta's leading this contest in the bottom of the fifth.
Pick off over to first, not in time. Is Capobianco able to get back easily? Now the Indians, Brad, they did get in game one on Sunday at East Central. They trailed 3-1 for a lot of the contest, or 2-1 rather. And then it was 3-1, but they were able to score 5 or 6 in the top of the ninth to be able to get that win there. So late hits are nothing new for the Indians as that ball's hit out to third base. Third baseman makes a good play on it and throws across to get Martinovich out for out number 2. So good play there by the third baseman to record the second out. That will bring up Will Verdung, who is 1 for 2 in the game. He grounded out to second in his first at bat and had a single in his last at bat. So stepping up here with a runner in scoring position and a chance to maybe cut into this Mississippi Delta lead.
Yeah, he just kind of fisted Marty out there at the third. He does all he could do with it, and he did charge it, like you said, made an excellent play. Runner was able to move up to second, though, so we do have a runner in scoring position as Verdung pops this one up behind us. Don't think there's going to be enough room. There's not.
That will be a strike. I apologize for laughing. One of our students yelled out and was a good quarter of a mile away from where the ball landed. So either way, Verdung now down to 0-1 in the count. Now, I got to give credit to Anderson for the Trojans for keeping the Indians to only 4 hits so far in the contest.
Yeah, and one of those just coming off the bat of Drew Capobianco in this inning. So 3 coming into the fifth.
A 1 pitch on the way. Ball gets away. Capobianco is going to take third. And big opportunity now as the count moves to 1-1 for Will Verdung.
Yeah, that a way to be aware there when you're totally watching where the ball goes when you're Drew Capobianco out there and you're on base. You know you got any opportunity you can if you see a blunder or a little bobble or anything like that to move up, and he did. The ball bounced out toward the first base side here, so he was able to move up and get to third.
1-1 pitch on the way to Verdung.
Yeah,
tries to check his swing but unable to, so the count will move to 1-2. Good pitch there by Anderson to have Verdung off balance, and Will tried to check his swing but just had a little too much momentum on it.
Yeah, it was, like you said, it was a good pitch and had him off. He was out on his front foot, and all the momentum was going with the bat that way and just could not hold up.
1-2 pitch now to Verdung is outside, and the count moves even to 2-2.
2's across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here. Bottom of the fifth. Runner at third here. Got Drew Capobianco at third. 4-1 lead, Delta.
Anderson looks in, gets the pitch he wants. Comes set. 2-2 pitch on the way to Verdung. Verdung swings, hits one high out towards left field, but he got just under it, and that's going to be out number 3. So Indians do leave a runner at third that inning and trail Mississippi Delta 4-1 after 5 complete here in Fulton. So we will be back with more here on the ICC Sports Network.
Age-related macular degeneration is the leading cause of severe vision loss in adults over the age of 50. Symptoms are gradual loss to see objects clearly. Objects appear distorted in shape. Darker empty areas appear in the center of your vision. In a comprehensive eye exam, your optometrist will perform a variety of tests to determine if you have macular degeneration. For questions or concerns, call Cagle Eye Center in Fulton at 862-EYES, providing professional comprehensive eye care to the people of Itawamba County and the surrounding areas. Cagle Eye Center.
If this just cost a little bit less.
Let's take a look at that with the Renaissance replay. Make the right call with over 400,000 shopping discounts right from the Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking app.
Might be a little while before I get to the bank.
That's an incomplete pass. Let's give it a Renaissance replay. Renaissance Mobile Check Deposit. Make the right call and open an account with Renaissance today.
And welcome back to Fulton. Lee Adams, Brad Boggs, here in the ICC and Alumni Foundation broadcast booth as the Indians trail Mississippi Delta 4-1 here in Game 2. As Indians Davis stays on the mound here for the Indians and has been throwing well. That first pitch outside. 4-1. He does have 6 Renaissance Bank strikeouts so far in the contest, but those early 4 runs over the first 3 innings is the difference right now. Second pitch high, 4-2.
Yeah, I mean, he's given up 6 hits, but still he's thrown a good game. Who's done well too is Tate Anderson for Delta, because he silenced the bats of ICC at this point, as that's strike 1 right there. He swings through that pitch. So not having a lot of run support, Ben Davis going out there on the hill as he fouls that one back for strike 2. So, it makes it look kind of lopsided, but yes, I agree with you. Ben Davis has thrown a good game up until this point.
He has, and the Lackey, who it was the last out of last inning for the Trojans, was the last one to get a hit for the Trojans as well. So that's just a testament to how well Davis has thrown here in these later innings. But once again, like you said, Tate Anderson not keeping the Indians off balance since the first inning there as well. Davis's 2-2 pitch now on the way. Outside as the count goes full to the lead to Dohe, who is leading off the top of the 6th now. Payoff pitch is hit back and out of play, and we'll do it again.
That one caught the top of the awning here that's over us here at Roy Crescent Field.
Davis looks on. 3-2 pitch now on the way. Dohe grounds it over to his coach, who makes an error on the play.
Yeah, chops it to third, staying alive there. Still full count.
Payoff pitch on the way. Swing and a miss for strike 3, and another Renaissance Bank strikeout for Ben Davis.
And that'll bring up the catcher Leon here, who has grounded out to second and has flown out to center field so far this game.
Davis now with 7 Renaissance Bank strikeouts here in Game 2. That first pitch inside, and it's ball 1. Davis working a little quicker now. That one's in there for strike number 1. So able to quickly even the count.
I'm looking at my sheet, Lee, and I'm only seeing, if I'm correct, as that is
ball outside.
Ball outside. 1 walk from Ben.
That would be correct, and that came at the leadoff of last inning to Moore.
So, again, that shows you a testament of what kind of game he is throwing. I don't see how he held up on that one, but he did, and that was outside ball 3. But, again, testament to what kind of game he is throwing, because he's not putting people on base.
Absolutely. Now 3-1 pitch from Davis on the way. Swung and back into your living room there to take the count full. Davis looking to try to grab his 8th Renaissance Bank strikeout and the 2nd strikeout of the inning.
Got it.
And that will be it. Another Renaissance Bank strikeout for Ben Davis. So now he has 8 Renaissance Bank strikeouts and 2 in the inning. So Davis finding his rhythm there. As you can tell, he's working a little bit quicker and keeping these batters a little off balance. I think the last 2 batters did go to a full count, so they are working the pitch count, but Davis is winning the battles right now as that first pitch is outside for a ball.
He's got Rusty Bolden up, number 9 hitter in the lineup. He has been a victim of strikeouts. Here, his first 2 at bats is strike 1 as he swings through that one.
Now, Delta taking some hardy cuts here against Davis, but so far, Davis has been able to get more of them out than allowed. And that one's outside corner for strike number 2.
Yeah.
Davis looks on. 0-2 pitch on the way and is fouled back.
Yeah, good job there by Bolden to stay alive there. Got a piece of that pitch, fouled it back into the netting.
I'm so sore.
Swing hits one out to Martin Notch at short. Martin Notch fields it clean and throws over to Rock, and that is going to be a 3-up, 3-down frame for the Indians, and that will send us to the bottom of the 6th. Indians still trailing Mississippi Delta 4-1, and we'll be back with more here on the ICC Sports Network.
Today tastes like a home game, like a huddle. Tastes like we're bringing the heat, and like a front row seat. Today tastes like we're a team, and it never tasted this good.
The slices and the sticks.
All I ever wanted for dinner was pizza, Marcy. And all I ever asked of you was sticks.
Don't choose. Get Little Caesar slices and sticks. Half pizza, half Italian cheese sticks. And Dane's awake.
I smell bacon.
End the dinner drama with hot and ready slices and sticks. Or order online for new jalapeno or bacon sticks.
Pizza.
And welcome back to Fulton as we move to the bottom of the 6th here in Fulton. Leading off things here for the Indians will be Jackson Lee, 0-2 in the contest, and they'll be followed by Jackson Settlemyers and Bo Rock.
Yeah, Indians got to get something cooking here with the bats eventually if they're going to get back in this contest. Now, one thing we have mentioned is, I mean, the Indians aren't concerned. They've battled back from behind many times this year as that first pitch is fouled out of play out there in the parking lot for strike 1. But, I mean, they have that will and that fight to know that they can come back in games like this when they're down 4-1 into the later innings.
Absolutely.
So strike 2.
There you go. In there for strike 2. So Lee quickly behind here in the count. See if he can battle back once again, as the Indians have done so well in this contest. Yeah. Breaking pitch across for strike 3.
Breaking pitch is nasty right there, and it kept Lee off balance right there, and he just wasn't able to pick up on that one on either the last 2 pitches there. But great job there, though, by Anderson.
Anderson's thrown a well of a ball game here tonight for the Trojans. That first pitch is a swinging strike by Settlemyers. Now, Anderson, you mentioned that breaking pitch. I'm assuming that was his slider, and it was absolutely filthy on there to Jackson Lee. 0-1 pitch now. Hit out towards left field. Left fielder shades back to his left, and will camp under and make the catch for out number 2. So not what the Indians are wanting there is they've had 2 quick outs, but Bo Rock steps in. Bo had a double in his first at-bat, and his last at-bat missed a home run by approximately 5 feet out there to right field as the right fielder put his back against the wall and caught it. So Bo Rock, who's been swinging a hot bat of late for the Indians, looking to start a 2-out rally here for the Tribe.
The Indians down to their last 4 outs here.
First pitch in there for a ball. The Indians in dire need of some base runners here to try to cut into this 4-1 lead. As since after the top of the third, pitch in there for ball 2. It's been nothing but 0 since the since the bottom of the third rather.
Yeah, totally different look, Lee, in the first game and this game. I mean, it's just totally opposites.
Bo hits one out towards center field, trailing away from the center fielder, but he's able to make the running catch for out number 3, and that's going to do it in the 6th for the Indians as they trail Mississippi Delta 4-1. We'll be back with the 7th inning here on the ICC Sports Network.
First American offers online and mobile banking features to make your banking experience easy and safe. Activate or deactivate your debit card as needed, attach images to your transactions, apply travel notices to your account, and make person-to-person payments. You can even set up text alerts to guard against unauthorized spending or just to monitor your account balance. The best part, that you can bank anytime, anywhere. At First American National Bank, get that hometown feel, the high-tech touch.
And welcome back to Fulton as Ben Davis runs back out there on the mound for the Indians, and why not? He has thrown a great ball game and has not allowed a hit, I believe, since the 4th inning, or 3rd inning maybe. Let me check here, 1, 2, 3rd inning. So he has kept the Trojans off balance since then and has 8 Renaissance Bank strikeouts so far. So Davis, like we mentioned last inning, throwing a good game here for the Indians, hoping to get 3 quick outs and let the Indians come in and try to find a way to tie or walk this thing off in the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, definitely. Again, credit goes to Ben Davis. I mean, he's if things remain the same, it may not, hopefully won't. Indians will come back. But if things remain the same, it's not a true testament to the type of game he's thrown today and tonight in this Game 2 affair.
Absolutely. Now, Wes Warnock, the leadoff hitter, will also lead off here the top of the 7th as he looks at strike 1 from Davis. Warnock is 1-3, on the contest. Ball outside to take the count even at 1-1. Davis delivers the 1-1, swung on out towards second. Capobianco bobbles it a little bit, and that's going to be enough for Warnock to reach first base on the error there by Capobianco. So Trojans have something going quickly as the leadoff hitter is on, and that will bring up Tyrell Burnett. He is 0 for 3, Brad, and a strikeout victim all 3 times. So see if Davis can keep that trend up for the Indians.
Yeah, most definitely would like to. And either that or draw a double play ball here. Of course, now I will say this, Burnett, as we saw in the first game, has got some speed. He'll be hard to get it. And there he goes. He's going to drop that bunt down.
Good job, Dre.
Good job by Dre McCray there to field that cleanly out there and get the throw at the first, get the first out. It does advance the runner to second, though, in that sacrifice bunt.
Absolutely. Sacrifice bunts, of course, brought to you by the ICC Wesley Foundation. Zach Cox does a great job over there with the student ministry. Now that will bring up Moore, who has reached on 2 errors and drew a walk in this game as there's a runner at second base with 1 out, and they're trying to pick up some of those Brandon Poland insurance runs. Ball's hit out towards second. Capobianco fields it cleanly. He's going to throw over for out number 2. But the runner does advance to third as Dindy will step up for the Trojans. 2 for 3 with, I believe, 2. Is that a double and a single, I believe? Or just 2 singles?
I had 2 singles.
Okay, 2 singles. Once again, we cannot read our own writing, so we need to visit Cagle Eye Center. First pitch hit out towards the 6 hole, and Marty makes a dive but is unable to get it, and that's going to be an RBI single and Dindy's 3rd hit of the contest. and the first one for the Trojans since the top of the third inning.
And that does get you what you were talking about there, one of those, some of those.
Etowah County State Farm insurance agent, Brandon Poland Insurance runs.
I couldn't find it.
For any insurance need, please reach out to Brandon Poland. As Gore would say, he's the only red door on South Adams Street.
That's right.
So Brandon's a good friend of ICC Athletics, and if you have any insurance needs at all, please reach out to him. Now, the Indians do trail 5-1 here in the contest, and it is top of the 7th with 2 outs.
They bring in a pinch runner, too, there for Dindy.
I can't quite see that.
I can't see who it
Number
is.
21, I believe, is what that said. If so, it's Foster Mitchell.
Yeah.
As the count is 0-1 here.
And this is on Paget.
That's right. Paget fouls that one off. It's 0-2. So Davis quickly ahead as he's trying to get out of this inning with only allowing the 1 run. Now the Indians in the bottom of the 7th will have 7, 8, and 9 coming up. So as they will hope to start a rally, get back to the top of the lineup and do some damage.
Runner goes.
That ball's going to get away and allow the runner to reach second safely on the steal. He had a good jump over there at first, did Mitchell, on the pitch. And the pitch just happened, luckily for the Trojan fans, the pitch went in the dirt into the backstop. Now 1-2 count to Paget. Davis delivers. In there for strike 3, and that is another Renaissance Bank strikeout for Ben Davis. And that will end the top of the 7th. The Trojans do get 1 run and extend their lead to 5-1. So Indians down to their last 3 outs. We'll be back with the final inning here in Fulton on the ICC Sports Network.
At the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, we have been working continually through the crisis to meet the needs of our community. Our walk-in clinic is a service that we provide to our patients that want to avoid the wait and exposure of the emergency room. At the walk-in clinic, you can do just that. Walk in with no prior appointment or phone call. We provide specialized treatment for physical injuries like broken bones, sprained wrists and ankles, joint and tendon pain, and sports-related injuries. You can get in, out, and on the road to recovery quicker. The walk-in clinic is equipped on-site with x-ray imaging, casting technicians, durable medical equipment, and injection specialists. Our team is supported by the orthopedic surgeons of the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi. Our staff is specially trained in orthopedic-related injuries. We ensure that you will receive the best care for your orthopedic needs. Remember, at the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our story is you.
And welcome back to Fulton. Indians down to their final 3 outs as Gray Bain steps in. So, Brad, go wake up Joe Boo, put on your rally hat, and see if we can't get something going here for the Indians.
Got to get it going. Now's the time. They've been able to battle back all season, found themselves down several times and been able to come back. And got to do it right here, and that's not a good start. But Bain waves through that first pitch for strike 1.
So does Bain has reached base both times today on walks, or in this game rather. Hits that one out towards the left side. Shortstop's going to field it cleanly, makes the throw in the dirt, and it gets away, and it goes out of play, I believe. Yeah, so Bain will advance to second. So good thing brewing here for the Indians right off the bat.
Yeah, that was big right there on that error right there for the Mississippi Delta right there. Error on the throw. Throw was in the dirt, and so that was E6.
And that's a break that the Indians were desperately needing, as Indians have uncharacteristically committed 3 errors in this contest. That's the second for Mississippi Delta. Either way, there is a runner and scoring position in Bain as Dre McRae steps up for the Indians. Inside pitch is a ball. So Indians dugout starting to come alive as they're trying to start this get this rally going as they trail by 4 here in the bottom of the 7th of game 2.
Yeah, got some life in the Indians right here now. Of course, get your leadoff batter on, thanks to the error, but he's on. Doesn't matter why, how, whatever, he's on. And he's on second in scoring position.
McCray watches that pitch for strike one. Not a bad take there by McCray, as that looked a little inside to hit, a little bit more inside than he would like. But count is even at 1-1 with no outs. And Bain in scoring position. Anderson comes set, throws. Outside and the ball gets away, and that's going to allow Bain to get up to third. Advance to third on the ball, so big opportunity here now for McCray.
And that's another error right there on the Trojans.
That ball went in and out of the catcher's mitt and to the backstop. So the Indians looking for a hit here to start the rally and score their first run since the bottom of the first. 2-1 pitch now on the way to McCray from Anderson. It's outside for ball 3. It was a good pitch there by Anderson, just a little bit too far outside for the umpire's liking.
Delta does have activity in the bullpen in case they need to go away from Anderson here.
Anderson, they did get that. The Trojans did get that insurance run. As that ball's going to hit him and put runners at the corner. Yeah! And that's going to bring up Ty Robertson for the Indians, who's 1 for 2 on the game with a single and a fly out to center. So,
and that's going to bring a mound visit out from the Mississippi Delta coach.
We'll see if they're going to go to the pen or just talk to him. Well, while we wait to find out, we will take a quick break and either return with a pitching change or with Anderson still on the mound. So we'll be back with more here on the ICC Sports Network.
When I think of ICC, I think about home.
The moment I stepped on campus, I knew it was a perfect fit.
It helped me find my true self.
It has opened doors for me that I didn't even know existed.
Everyone here wants you to succeed.
I was able to get involved here and make a real difference.
I've met my closest friends here. There's something for everyone to be involved with.
I've gained skills to succeed in the workforce.
It's been the best experience.
Playing on tour takes years of dedication, hours of practice, focused precision, and nerves of steel. That's how you become great at the game, but not how you should bank. That's why Allie Ewing chose Renaissance Bank. Their easy-to-use app makes banking a breeze, no matter where she is. Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
And welcome back to Fulton. The mound visit is over. They decided to stay with Anderson after an extended mound visit. Robertson now up there. First pitch he sees is outside for ball 1.
You got runners at first and third here. Indians still down 5-1. No outs now here in the bottom of the 7th, but got a first and third situation.
1-0 pitch now to Robertson. That's going to catch the outside part of the plate for strike 1. Count goes even at 1-1. And Robertson had a home run against East Central the other day. I believe it was his first of the season. Indians could use one now, but a base hit will do too. And he check swings and foul tips that one out towards the left side, or towards the third base dugout. Count goes to 1-2 here with no outs rather, and runners at the corner as Bain is at third. Bain reached on an error, and then McCray advanced on a wild pitch. Or I'm sorry, he reached on an error and advanced third on a wild pitch. 1-2 pitch swing and a miss for strike number 3, and that is the first out of the inning. But the Indians do still have runners at the corners as they're back at the top of the lineup as Drew Capobianco will step in, and he is 2 for 3 in the game with 2 base hits. So Drew could spark a rally here for the Indians here with 1 out.
Yes, definitely could. Like you said, Drew's had 2 singles on the day here in this second game. Be nice to draw one of those singles at this point at least. Indians have got to start putting runners in and across this plate.
That one's far inside there on Capobianco for a ball. Good job by the catcher there in Leon for the Trojans to keep that ball from going to the backstop and allowing Bain to score from third.
Yeah, excellent job there by Leon. And, again, keeping the runner at third.
Capobianco fouls one back and over the third base side for strike one. So Indians in dire need of a hit to keep this rally going. Out center field and right field cheating towards the right side, allowing for a bigger gap there in that left center field. Breaking pitch on the outside, 2-2. Had a lot of movement on that as our softball team now fills the stands as they are home, fresh off of their sweep of Mississippi Delta over in Moorhead today. 2-1 pitch on the way to Capobianco. Out, catches that outside corner. The count's going to be 2-2 now to Drew Capobianco. Once again, he's 2 for 3 in the game, looking to pick up his third hit and try to keep this rally going for the Indians, who trail 5-1 here in the bottom of the seventh. Anderson comes set, throws. Capobianco hits one out towards third, but it's going to stay up and be caught by the third baseman for out number 2.
Yeah, kind of fisted him there, caught him in on the on his hands right there, and all he was able to do was just power that thing out there to third base, and they were able to make a play on it and get the out there. Luckily, it did not catch Bain or McCray sleeping right there, and both of them had gotten back to where they originally came from, the original base. So only 2 outs now. It only amounted in 1 out. 2 outs now are on the board.
Absolutely. Now Matthew Martinowicz steps in and takes that first pitch for a ball. Martinowicz looking for his first hit in the contest, and no better time than now to get one, kid. 1-0 pitch on from Anderson on the way. Inside for ball 2. So Martinowicz needs to be patient here, Brad, not get caught swinging at a bad pitch. And
yeah, I mean, anyone who comes to the plate here after, you got to be patient because all we need is base runners. So, you got to swing at strikes, but you got to be patient and not swinging any bad pitches. And that one's just kind of popped up, and that's probably going to do it.
That's going to do it as the second baseman gets under it to record the third out. So got to tip the hat to the Trojans, who bounced back after that 20-16 loss in Game 1 to pick up a 5-1 win here in Game 2 behind an impressive pitching performance from Anderson. So that is Tate Anderson went the distance there to pick up the win as well. Indians do fall 5-1, earn the split here, and we'll move quickly into the Renaissance Bank post-game report. And we'll just do a quick wrap-up here, Brad. Just give us your thoughts there on the game where the Trojans were able to pick up this Game 2 win and the split.
Yeah, no, it was a great pitching battle, to be honest with you, from the get-go. Both pitchers lasted the full 7 and went the full 7, and so a great job. You just had a few runs scored there early in the contest, but after that, no runs were scored except for that one run that came across in that final inning there in the 7th when they got that insurance run. So, again, it was more of a pitching duel because if you were watching Game 1 and then Game 2, totally different scenario here. It was anybody and everybody was getting a hit the first game, not this second game. You had 2 good pitchers going out there. Kudos to Anderson there with Mississippi Delta and the job that he did. He came out and threw a good game and was able to hold the Indians, a good hitting Indians team, by the way, not just the Indians, but a great hitting Indian team here who happens to have a great batting average, was able to hold them down in their hits. There were some errors that were made. And, again, I think Coach Collier's going to look back at this day, even in Game 1, Lee, with the win, he's going to look back at this day and say, a little sloppy baseball today. And that's not what you need. You're here at this time of year where you're trying to fine-tune everything. You're getting close to tournament time here. I mean, we got 1 week left of regular season in baseball. I know we've only got 1 week left. I think maybe softball's got one that carried over on a makeup game. But you got to be ready, and you got to be road ready here when it comes to tournament time. So I'm sure that's part of the conversation that he's going to have with his team down there tonight. They're going to come back out here. They're going to practice and hopefully have a good week, weather permitting. We're going to see if we have a game this Saturday, and I'll let you cover all that because I know we got a lot of festivities this week. But they got to get ready now. They got to move on and get ready for Hines.
Absolutely. Now, we will say real quick on the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi game recap, the Trojans jumped out to a 1-0 lead on a RBI single by Dendy and then extended it, or the Indians then tied it in the bottom of the first there as Bo Rock doubled and then later scored, I believe. He did. Capobianco singled and then scored on a pass ball there in the first inning. Trojans were able to get 1 run in the second and then 2 in the third, and that was on a 2 RBI single by Lackey. Trojans were able to add 1 run in the seventh, and Anderson was able to shut down the Indians. Anderson held the Indians to only 4 hits while picking up 4 strikeouts. Now, Davis went the distance as well for the Indians. Tough luck loss there, as he struck out 9, had 9 Renaissance Bank strikeouts in the game, but unfortunately gave up 5 runs. So that's going to do it here from Fulton. Our next broadcast, as of right now, will be for the Hines game that is scheduled for Saturday, weather permitting. We, of course, will have Chop Day on campus that morning, starting around 10:45. We'll have food trucks, inflatables, a whole lot of fun for the whole family, spring football game, and then capped off by the Indians' final conference home series, which will also be sophomore day, as the Hines Eagles come to Fulton for a 2 and 5 p.m. Double header. So for Lee Adams, Raphael Henry, Dr. Brad Boggs, and the rest of the ICC family, we say roll tribe and good night.
This broadcast is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars in Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, Davis Ford, First American National Bank, TM Realtor Agent Ricky Murphy, Max Home, the ICC Baptist Student Union, Cagle Eye Center, Bank Okolona, Sam's Town Market in Manatee, State Farm Insurance Agent Brandon Poland, the ICC Wesley Foundation, the ICC Foundation and Alumni Association, and donations to the Sports Information Indian Club from viewers like you.